Hello, I'm Dr. Andrew Neville. I specialize in the treatment of adrenal fatigue and related chronic illnesses. And today I want to talk to you about why chasing all your digestive system symptoms is a waste of time. So the majority of my patients come in to me, they've got digestive complaints, right? They've been diagnosed with irritable bowel. They might have, upper GI problems, lower GI problems, whether it's, reflux, heartburn, indigestion, belching, crampy, gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation. They've been to conventional doctors. They may or may not have found something. They've been to alternative doctors and maybe they chased after some things or, usually kind of just treating symptomatically. The problem with your gut is not your gut. It's a waste of time to continue to chase candida or to continue to chase the food allergies and all that stuff. Are they there? Yeah, they're probably there, but they're there for a reason. So when the body is in a stress response, right, with regard to adrenal fatigue, so I'm going to make this connection. Adrenal fatigue is chronic stress over time, puts our physiology into fight or flight. Fight or flight is too high. We suppress rest and digest. Now you're going to get symptoms on both sides. But when the body's in a stress response, if you think about it, it shuts down some pretty important systems effectively. Incredibly effectively. There are four primary organs that get shut down: immune, digestive, reproductive, thyroid. I want to talk about digestion now. It's life-saving to do that. You do that on purpose, right? I'm running from a tiger. Don't waste energy, digesting food, absorbing nutrients, assimilating. Not a good time to stop and have a bowel movement when you're running from a tiger, right? So we shut all that down. How? Well, we shut it down from the vagus nerve, right? Which is, if you go to one of my other videos, talk about the stress response system. The vagus nerve is the main parasympathetic nerve coming off the autonomic nervous system, controls the gut. And that nerve is a huge nerve, starts in the brain spinal cord, and it goes to every part of the digestive system. So, salivary glands producing, enzymes, and esophageal sphincters, and stomach and stomach acid, peristaltic movement, opening and closing everywhere, all the, mouth to anus. That vagus nerve is multifaceted and hits all these various different areas. Well, guess what? It's turned off when your body's in fight or flight, right? Just like butterflies in the stomach. You get up on stage, got to talk in front of 100 people, butterfly. Well, that's this. So what you have is an extreme, incredibly extreme case of butterflies in the stomach over time. And when you do that once in a while, it's life-saving. You want to do that, right? That'll save your life. But if you do it all the time, now you're shutting down hydrochloric acid. Now you're messing up your peristaltic movement. Your enzymes won't work because the hydrochloric acid's not there. The sphincters are not opening and closing at the right times. You're creating this incredibly perfect environment to develop all those symptoms we talked about, as well as then the garbage can diagnosis of irritable bowel syndrome. But you're creating a situation where you're going to grow candida. Perfect. You're going to start to develop food allergies in that way too. Food allergies are more so combined, suppressed immune, suppressed digestive system. There's your food allergies. Now I pay attention to food allergies, but I don't kid myself in thinking that that's the main problem here. The main problem is the fact that our physiology is stuck here in fight or flight stress physiology, creating too much wear and tear, and all that healing and repair stuff is shut down. We've got to shift this. When we shift this, the bowels normalize. And then you don't have to go taking all this crazy stuff. I know you've been diagnosed with SIBO. Well, I've largely ignored SIBO, treated this, and magically the SIBO goes away. SIBO is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. It's just a fancy name for dysbiosis. Well, of course you have dysbiosis. Of course you have leaky gut. Of course you have malabsorption syndrome. I don't care what you call it. The vast majority of those situations are a result of this. Our body is resilient. Our body can heal the digestive tract. Those cells turn over constantly if we're in rest and digest, like when we sleep. Right? During the day, we're up maybe 16 hours and we're go, and then we sleep for 8 hours, turn on parasympathetics, rest and digest, heal and repair, especially in the gut. Well, there's a backlog of that hasn't happened, and that's the main problem. How about we turn on your digestion? Digestion is incredibly important, of course. I'm not saying it isn't. But chasing these systems, immune, digestive, reproductive, thyroid, chasing these systems is like trying to push a car that has the parking brake engaged. I mean, you get enough behind it, maybe you can get her to go a little bit, right? It's a whole lot easier just to release the brake. Release the brake. I went to some brilliant doctors who diagnosed me with candida and diagnosed me with irritable bowel and saw my food allergies and everything. And then I did, the candida, I didn't know better, right? So I did the candida cleanses and temporary improvement, but lo and behold, it just came back. So then you got to keep doing it over and over and over again. So to me, if you've got to keep treating this thing, there might be a deeper problem. There might be a reason why you're growing all that candida. So fix the cause and stop chasing after these crazy bugs, the dysbiosis. You can spend all kinds of money on fancy supplements to fix your digestion. But you know what it's like? It's like we're trying to repair a house. Right? We want to repair that digestion. We want to repair a house. You could bring all the tools and the equipment, the supplies, the lumber, all that stuff. Get all those fancy glutamine and slippery elm and, expensive probiotics. Get all that stuff in there. But what if nobody tells the crew to show up? No crew showing up, that house is not going to be repaired. It's the same thing in our body. The crew is this. We have to turn on our body's physiologic state of healing. That's when your body will utilize all those things to do all the repair. All right? I know it's a different way of thinking about things, but keep an open mind and just think logically, does that make sense? Does that make sense? And I can tell you that I pay a little attention, but I mainly ignore these systems. And if we just release the brake on them, they can kick in on their own. It absolutely can happen. I don't care how long you've been suffering. I know it's been a long time, but it can happen. The reason you're suffering so long with these symptoms is because nobody's helping you to fix the underlying cause. So for more information and videos that I've done, click the link in the comments below, get some information about the adrenals and the stress response, and, let this kind of sink in, let it make some more sense to you. Good luck. I hope this helps.